last but not least in Art of ASEAN, today we are going to Chulalongkorn University to attend a very special stage play named Sayonara, the stage play under the concept of Android Human Theater. Let's see. In Orisa Hirata's Goodbye 2010, a Western young woman, seemingly an incurable invalid poor girl, is almost motionless in her armchair. Her sole companion is an android girl, a hyperreal robot. The audience cannot help wondering who the invalid girl is talking to. Can we call the conversation on stage as a dramatic dialogue between two subjective minds? Or is it more of a monologue of the girl, since the android is designed to capture the mental state of its owner and recite a poem accordingly out of her unfathomable memory? If so, isn't she talking to herself after all?
According to the Japanese playwright and director, Professor Orisa Hirata, he wants his audience to think about the differences between life and death for human and androids. Well, in the plot of the play, this woman who is dying from a disease, her father actually bought an android to be like her friend or her caretaker. And this android, in her specialty, her expertise is to reciting poems. And it's a kind of poem that talk about journey, talk about voyage into an unknown territory. So this is like a journey into the life after death, probably.
In Goodbye, the android is hyper-realistically human-like in her appearance. Her voice is not mechanically at all. In fact, she sounds more like fluent than her owner, who speaks Japanese and Thai language. These features foreground the important theme of the play, translation and the possibility of miscommunication. The theme is pinned down by the recall of two poems by Thai actors in two languages, one in the original and the other in the Japanese translation.
Well, the tone of the play is very dark. And actually, Professor Hirata, the playwright and the director, he's very open for the audience interpretation. So, I mean, for example, the dress of the android is black. I mean, you can interpret that it's a sign of death. And while the clothing of another actress is lighter, even though it's not very bright, because she's in a very critical stage of her life. I mean, but I think it's up to the audience interpretation. I'm not entitled to interpret for the audience. In this play, yes. I mean, I think it's a good experiment. I mean, they're still working on this. I mean, first of all, when this robot arrived here in Thailand, I mean, outside of Japan, it's like the first country in Asia, and she looked like a human being. And actually, she was created after a human being. So there is a woman who looked like this, who lived in Japan, and she's half Japanese, half Russian. But she's not a television star or anything, it's just an ordinary woman. And she looks like a human being, but in the play, I think she looked more human, she sounded more human because of the actress who is voicing her. So in other words, I mean, a robot is just a machine unless we put some human emotion or humanness into it. I think that's part of the message of the play. I mean, the robot is just a machine. Yeah.
There are several technologies that invent to performance business, but using a robot that can be basically move and act like human is just so new, and it needs a lot of studies and hard work in case anything could go wrong. And they finally got this third performer robot, Gemunor.
we are joining engineering and artist. Artist side is Professor Ishiguro's team, including me, and no, engineering side is including me, Professor Ishiguro and me, and artist side is directed by Hirata Oriza. He is a stage writing and director, and including actress, and real robot and real human. And we are traveling all around the world, and this Thai stage is first time to visit Southeast Asia. Our robot, which name is Gemini. Gemini has a real, very real human-like appearance. We made this robot in order to research what is communication in human and human machine and human robot. So we want to define what is communication. So scenario play is the best way to define what is human-robot interaction. So our purpose is the research. First purpose is research. Second is art. Art including a lot of how can I say, way to express human motion and other things. But our engineering is not reached to this topic, so we have to collaborate with artists.
Temenor's performance is controlled by a visual scanning and movement scanning system by human, and that means it needs a lot of conscience to make sure nothing has gone wrong during the performance and make all the audience believe that Temenor is actually human.
顔の前にカメラがあって、そのカメラで画像認識されて、こう上半身を動かしています。パターンがあって、コンピューター自体が止まってしまって全く動かなくなることや、音が聞こえなくなったり、もうとにかく自分の思い通りにはなかなかうまくいかなくて、すごいいつも大変です。
Apart from Temenor's controller that has to be very careful with all the process, all the performers who share a stage with this special robot has to work really hard to make it come as natural as possible.
คือแปลกมากกว่าแปลกไปจากการแสดงกับคนนิดนึงไม่นิดนึงมากก็คือปกติถ้าเกิดว่าเล่นละครคือมีรีแอคชั่นกับคนใช่ไหมคะดูว่าเขารู้สึกอะไรยังไงแต่ว่ากับหุ่นนี่คือก็ในการซ้อมก็คือต้องซ้อมกับคนก่อนเหมือนกันคือคนที่จะมาเล่นเป็นหุ่นคือหุ่นเขามีคนควบคุมแล้วทีนี้พอซ้อมไปอีกระยะหนึ่งก็ถึงให้คนควบคุมไปอยู่ข้างหลังแล้วก็คือแทนที่จะทำความเข้าใจกับมนุษย์ก็คือต้องดูรีแอคชั่นของหุ่นอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะถ้าในฐานะนักแสดงก็คืออยากมีประสบการณ์อื่นๆที่นอกจากคือเล่นละครกับอะไรที่ไม่ใช่มนุษย์อะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะคือเราจริงๆเราก็มาก็อยากเห็นว่าพอบอกว่าหุ่นยนต์สามารถเล่นละครได้เนี่ยคือเขาแบบเล่นยังไงคือก็ได้เห็นค่ะว่าคือลิมิตของเทคโนโลยีมันก็คงเพิ่มขึ้นเรื่อยๆคือเขาอาจจะไม่ได้เหมือนคนแบบเปียบซะทีเดียวแต่ว่ามันก็จริงๆเห็นครั้งแรกก็ Amazing ก็เขาก็ทำได้เยอะแยะขนาดนี้ฉันจะไปให้ไกลเกิน
That is almost unbelievable the way we can develop all technologies and one day humans just can play the stage play with robots. Wow, that is a really new experience. That is all for today in Art of ASEAN. Thanks for following us and don't miss it every Friday 7 p.m. Bye bye.